Gooby being an aggressive player beforehand, he just needs to switch that on after Taxa sets it up for him, because currently the successful plays of Verdant have been on Taxa. A lot of the good gameplay early has been on Taxa, so before you just insta-slam Gooby on the MVP vote, please remember that. Nord, they have to come in second in towards Verdant. This is where Poppy can become very valuable, right? Yes, you have 5 people there, but Poppy can change that with one swift whack of the hammer, and Indecision is on one of the best champions to capitalize on such a separation. Look how much pressure Catchcross is putting, I'm calling him that from now on the bot lane. He has Sheen as well, he has demolished half the tower of health, has just evaporated.
Just chill.
She's like female Kaiba. That's how I feel her personality is. She's female Kaiba.
Like Poppy, bro, you're the hero. Like, you keep carrying around that hammer. Like, how can you not see this, bro? What's going on?
Is there some lore thing I'm missing here? I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That is a lore thing, veteran. It's outside of
I
your
have no idea.
area of expertise. Tower taking though, map movements. I'm sure you know a fair bit about that. And Nord trying to instigate them where with a TP into the backline from Omen. Indecision on top of Gooby. But he's not able to kill him. Catchcross finally able to slay him down. Fights split up a little bit, but that's feeling good for Nord. They've got 2 kills. And Verdant haven't really been able to reply back. Nile going all out onto Omen, finally able to take down the Ari, but the Cassante is so low. Nita there, still stood tall. 2 for 1, very, very cagey fight, veteran.
Seneca's ultimate on the Lucian, that's exactly what you want. You pick him for the point and click CC to control Gooby, and he did it beautifully there. Gooby managed to get 2 screens away, but he had the Nautilus ultimate trailing him the whole time. Indecision jumps on, is like, this is what my job is. Omen gives his life for it, but they'd eliminate the entire composition if they just eliminate Gooby, and Gooby basically let out the entirety of his ultimate on Catch Coast, on the champion that is designed to just face tank the entire thing. Really well done by them there. They're not quite getting the Drake off of it, but they're progressively winning fights.
Verdant trying to set up a little bit of a death brush here, but getting a stun onto Catchcross is not productive. It's just not. The Poppy is way too strong at this point.
Nah. What's really funny is that it's basically built full armor here, and that was Niter that was unloading on it.
Doesn't matter, still is Poppy.
Yeah.
Verdant going to get another move into River, and now usually, just before 29 minutes, when we're looking at Drake fights, we're looking at soul points at the very least, but this would be second Drake for either team, so the traditional math is that dying for this, losing a team fight for this, is not worth it all.
I don't know, add that percentage onto Kakos build, and I think Kakos becomes invincible, especially he's 5-1 and 3, by the way. This guy's silently carrying on the side of Nord. Now, Seneca can land an ult, if Omen can land a charm, if Indecision can find an angle and they take out Gooby, Verdant again won't have a comp. Wendell about to burn Flash, he's almost down. Omen's doing a lot. Yeah.
Just on the side, being irritating on the Ari more than anything, and that's going to open up Nord to take out the Dragon. No real way for them to find a fight afterwards, though.
Really big for Nord, though. Very tanky Poppy. That's been very impactful in the game, and a statement set there from Omen. No, there wasn't any big flashy kill. There wasn't any big montage play, but Wendell was basically out. Niter was close to just being straight out, thanks to Omen's flank play. Kako's face tanking.
Yeah, the Poppy's going to be able to survive for a while, but not long enough. Okay, turns out when 4 or 5 members of the enemy team drop every single spell on you, you are going to die in the end. And without their primary frontline, this makes this Baron contest very, very tricky here for Nord. You see Niter just trying to hide out of vision. Baron getting low, 4,000 HP. Nord still hanging around. They're going to go for a pick up to Niter. They found the alley, they caught him out. Floody was being sneaky Lucian on the side, but gets sneaked on, gets assassinated, and Omen going for another trip into the backline to take out Wendell. Oh my word, where was this Nord in week 1? A triple kill for Omen.
From a statement position into an absolute statement fight from Omen.
Oh no.
Most of their... Oh god, not this again.
Taxa, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare!
It was like I can't even react to that. It's like it's just you just know it happens.
How?
This was the entire story of last split. You can kill all of them, but if you leave that one guy up, he just does it. I don't know how he does it. He just
Holy
like
veteran.
every time. It's literally every time. I just like the moment he was in the pit and it was 1,300. I was like, oh, it's just gone, isn't it? It's just gone, isn't it? Like
it's not a 50-50. It's not a 50-50 when Taxa is in the game.
It literally isn't. If Taxa, it literally isn't. That's just a verdant Baron. That's what it is. How? I mean, come on. Like that's not. Like that's just not on. I'm sorry. Like Nord deserved that Baron. Nord deserved that Baron. Omen deserved that Baron. All right, like. What do you even do there? God is just on. Whatever God Taxa worships is the real one. All right, that's right. That's not even a hot take. That's just reality. That's just facts.
Do you know what? I'm inclined to agree with you. And hey, you're telling me off a little bit, making sure that I'm not picking ADCs needlessly for MVP in your opinion. Well, Taxa, that's an MVP-worthy play if Verdant are able to close out this game.
Smite seals are not worthy. His pathing early was just way better and held Verdant in the game the whole time. He got so many advantages that way, so I'd give him MVP for that. I'm not giving MVP for a Smite steal.
Do you know what? Do you know what? We've both got our reasons, but it's leading us to potentially the correct one, right?
True. Divine Intervention is not an MVP thing, okay?
No, man. It depends on how consistently you're able to cool it down.
I mean, but that's on God, not him.
On God, Taxa's just going to get every single Baron. And Alpha Verdant, this very much feels like more of a stalling Baron, right? This has delayed the game. This has prevented Nord from really being able to do anything because
do
no
any
members
of them have
Verdant...
Baron?
None of them actually got the Baron because they were all dead at the time.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure literally none of them have it. It was like a Baron denial, which is still big. Yeah. Like, if Nord had Baron here, especially with Poppy, I feel like the close of this game is quite easy for you to do, right? You have... Do I want to say you have disengage? You have a lot of really good options here. If Verdant try and get the... He's alive, he's alive.
Okay.
Burned flash, burned ult though, which is pretty big because in a minute, the Drake's going to come up. And you just made it way easier for you to get control of that Drake.
Yeah, and Ari without access into the backline is not really a champion. But credit to Omen. I think in these fights, he has been very, very active, constantly finding people out. That catch onto Nita, if it weren't for the absolute heroics of Taxa around that Baron, could very well have been the game-winning play.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I really feel like a spotlight on Omen is something I'd love to do, but like, kind of have to give MVP to the winning team. But if Nord's MVP is definitely Omen. I was almost going to give it to Seneca for that catch on Gooby, but the way that he played that sequence of fights on Drake onto Baron, that did secure the Baron. Okay, yes. God. Like, was so well played by Omen there. Really good aggression, really good flanks, and really good tendencies he's just shown over the course of the game. Dramatic change from last week. I think Nord's development staff can be very proud of what they've been able to do, but honestly, don't want to take anything away from Omen. Omen himself should be really proud of what he has been able to do over the course of the last week.
Oh, Verdant stacking up a little bit. Nice to go for an engage. Hito's going to get focused down, but the backline of Verdant is being evaporated. Both AD carries off of the board. And now, up to the rest of the teams to find their advantages. Teams on, really, the wrong sides of each other's map right now. Verdant make their way into the mid. Nord on to the Dragon, but Verdant still looking to contest.
Poppy R?
Coming off cooldown here for catch cost, you'd imagine he's going to want to charge it up.
No, well, when it's low, charge it up and knock Taxa out. Don't burn it before you can guarantee Taxa can't be there. So you know what happens. Being played
onto by Nillair and taking a fair bit of damage. They're focusing down the Nautilus, but excited to be turned around. Indecision, going for a play here, but Nillair goes into the backline and takes them down. Omen still able to dash away and survive, but this time it's Verdant who get the advantage in the fight. Like it's Taxa getting a double kill for himself, and they are not willing to give up this game.
Omen still making... Nord, I mean. Feels like Omen. Still making it really, really close, but... Verdant just able to win the front to back. Both sides don't have their ADCs. You'd think it'd be more crucial on Verdant. But Cassante has become that DPS beast taxer. He has Black Cleaver and he has Divine Sunderer. He is a DPS beast himself. So yeah, I mean, they're able to actually secure the second mountain. The second mountain would have sent Poppy into absolute overdrive. And Omen, I mean, you do DPS, but let's be real, mate. You're on Ari, so not really any actual damage able to come out from Nord, except for an opening salvo with Charm on the Lucian.
And it means that sort of Verdant get the opportunity to show us that, actually, guys, we are very, very good at League of Legends, okay? You need to respect us. We got another Baron spawning in 30 seconds. I said that the second Baron would be the one that decides this game, and it feels like circumstances engineered themselves so they absolutely couldn't. Unless we get another 5-man with no Baron again, I think that this one should decide it.
Last fight, Seneca was MVP again, flashed straight on top of Gooby, did not let that guy play the fight. Look at Gooby's kill participation, only 5 out of 11 kills, despite being the most important part, theoretically, of the composition. And that's in large part due to Seneca in multiple fights and Omen in that last sequence. If they can catch him again, honestly, the one of them that gets onto Gooby, that's the MVP for me on this next fight, assuming Nord win. Assuming, because Verdant, they're still in the game. They still have a good composition to execute on. It's Wukong, and Wukong is fed from Wukong SGA. This is a very difficult monkey to control. It's a very difficult monkey to chain, right? That guy, I mean, you know, Jamie, pull it up and all that, right? Like, you know,
I mean,
you know, those things are basically pure muscle, you know? Like.
I've had a rip your face off, man.
Yeah.
Taxa kind of looking like that guy at the moment, but Nord trying to change that, channeling up with a keeper's verdict. Away 4! Taxa the only one here for Verdant, but he's going to be able to walk away. That was an incredible Poppy ult. It's going to buy Nord some time around the Baron, but Verdant are going to be able to walk in.
Yeah, I mean, the problem there is that the Nautilus ult also vanished along with every member of Verdant as Poppy knocked that Nautilus ulted guy away, so they weren't actually able to take out Gooby. They don't have a fast Baron at all with these champions, so they can't just insta-sneak it while Verdant, well, not really sneak it, but do it without Verdant being able to contest, so they just have to reset and just don't have a Nautilus or a Nocturne or a Poppy or an Ari ult.
Yeah, you're just looking at Hido screaming bullet time into the Baron pit and hoping that's going to be good enough. Niter looking for another flank. He was caught out last time he went for something like this, but this time he's going to be able to catch out Omen. Goes back over the wall to get the charm. The Order Deception flying back. Niter ticking down so low, but in the river it's Nord finding the advantage. Taxa going to be forced out of the top side of the fight on minuscule amounts of HP. Niter still alive, but surely not for much longer. Flashes forward to try and get the kill back, and he is able to take out Nord's mid laner, but that is the only dead body on the red side of the rift, and a Baron looks as good as Nord's.
He managed to prevent Omen being a part of the fight, but Seneca said no. Indecision said no. Kako said, is my champion really allowed to just exist like this? And they were able to take out Verdant, and they've secured the second Baron. So if you're a Middlecop fan, you're thinking Nord all the way at this point.
Yeah, if you want me to sound intelligent, then Nord should win the game right now. And I feel like Veteran, they should be winning the game right now, but it is still really dependent on that next fight. They've got a decent advantage for themselves, and I want to see this Nord actually go for some of these pushes, go for some of these dives around the towers, because it feels like so long since we've really seen them fighting against Verdant whilst Verdant have been under one of their structures.
I mean, Middlecop, man, before this game, we were saying Verdant, they look like standouts. They took down natives. They were 2-0, flawless coming into the week. 2 games, but still, they were flawless coming into the week. And Nord were the guys that had stuff to prove. I think irrespective of if this ends up being a win or a loss, Nord have proven it. You agree?
I couldn't agree with you more, Veteran. This is a little later than they would have liked, but if they can keep up this sort of level across the split and maybe even improve on it, right, then they are going to be very, very dangerous. Verdant trying to make themselves a little bit more dangerous, potentially with a catch onto catch cost, but you need to be careful. This Poppy, very, very tanky. Keeper's Verdict going to be interrupted. We're using the Cyclone as well. We are dropping everything that we can to try and kill catch cost.
He's alive!
Going to be successful! He's still alive! He's still alive! He's still alive! Veteran, finally!
What's wrong with this champ?
With all of those cooldowns put into the Poppy. It's going to open up Nord to take over the rest of this fight. Taxa still has that Guardian Angel Niter with their double stun. Indecision. It's going to come back to life. Seneca getting a hook there.
He's going straight in.
Noto going sicko mode. Here comes Omen. It's a shutdown for Taxa, but it is a one fight for Nord Esports. They're going to be able to take everybody off the boards, and they're going to push, try, and end this game.
MVP is a Riot Balance team. What was that? How did it take so long to kill Poppy? Like, what was that? Oh, I honestly think Seneca's MVP. I think it's a statement game from Omen, but like, shout outs to Seneca. He did his job every fight. Lucian was basically not here. You're a big Gooby fan, but like, Seneca has not left you very much to talk about.
But
He's doing it again!
I think we're going to be doing nothing but talk about this victory for Nords. Massive upset here in week 2, grabbing their first win of the split.
I mean, hats off to them. Hats off to that mid jungle right there. Omen especially giving a brilliant performance, right? He had a lot of aggression the whole time. That sequence Drake into Baron, you know, ignore what Taxa was doing there, right? That was insane. And Seneca, my god, every single time Gooby thought he had permission to exist, Seneca was just on him. Just absolutely on him. So much I almost dropped my second F-bomb on the night to describe it. Like, absolutely hats off to those two. They're both MVP material. I personally would vote for Seneca. Shout outs to all my support players out there that are actually doing their jobs. Alright, shout outs to all of you.
Well, last time I had a showcasing of support towards a veteran, he hard flamed me. So Seneca, this is a big feat, by the way. Just wanted to get that one out there. Just wanted to get that one out there, right? So I thought we left all the upsets in week 1. But that's not the case anymore. We got another massive upset coming through here. And well, Hiprain on top. I think that's the main takeaway from this, right? Hiprain absolutely smashing the predictions.
No!
No! Everyone laugh at middle cut. Everyone laugh in the chat. Oh my god! The man got the +2! Oh wait, he sucked so much last week it doesn't matter.
Yes, but in the grand scheme of things, there's still a lot of action to go.
Am I safe in the predictions?
He was only 3 and 8, yeah. So
okay, cool.
Still.
Special coming through, being delivered by the one and only. I mean, I was just sat there. I was like, I take notes right when I'm watching the games. I just wrote the Taxa special, like, no caps, no nothing, just the Taxa special.
I don't.
I would unironically have given him MVP if Verdant had won, and the majority of that is because of the early game carving difference between him and Indecision.
Yes, the Baron steal, like we were talking about better.
Like, the way that this guy played, like, most of the game, and not just 1 second of the game, was actually so good. It was basically single-handedly keeping Verdant in the game at all points. He was always ahead of the enemy. Once he got the tempo early, he didn't let it go. This is the best I've actually seen Taxa play in his entire career. He's peaking right now on a lineup that is arguably, people are going to bring up the XL lineup. I'd argue this is the strongest lineup that he's played on so far. And I think that's really good showing by him. Everyone else just needs to, like, get on step, because you can't take these teams lightly. You can't take any team lightly. Even a team that looks like it would be beaten by a feather last week, you can't take lightly, right? Nord have managed to come away with the win because of it.
Yeah, and speaking of junglers here, we have Indecision ready for an interview. So, Indecision, first of all,
hello.
Congratulations. That was an interesting game to watch. Kind of take us through this marathon game.
Well, I think we had a pretty good draft and we had a clear win condition. So basically, we just had to get through the early game, and then all we had to do is just get good flanks, and that's exactly what we did. So turned out well.
Yeah, I would say I'm happy that I was not in Gooby's shoes this game. You know, having to dodge the flashing Nautilus, the Nocturne coming through with the paranoia, and then on top of that, you have a super fed Casuals in the top lane on that Poppy. So the Nocturne pick coming through here didn't have the strongest of early games. You were able to turn it around. Was that like expected for you, or is Nocturne something that you would like to dominate in the early game with?
I mean, kind of just stronger, like everywhere around the map early game. So like I said, our goal was to get out of the early game, and then once we hit level 6 and like item power spikes, we were all good to go, as long as we get a flank. So that was the plan. I didn't play a perfect early game. I might have been able to farm a bit more. I was just kind of making sure that no one gets dove. So yeah.
Getting dove is never optimal, obviously. So good job on that one. Also, talk us a little bit through the Poppy in the top lane. I know that's not your position, but how is it when you're playing with like such a fed Poppy, right? Because like that was just like impossible to kind of deal with for the entirety of the enemy team.
I mean, honestly, like we got whooped by one Poppy in scrims, and then ever since then we just started like seeing the angles. You know, if enemy have too many dashes, this champ just does so much damage. Honestly, I don't know how a tank can deal so much damage and stop dashes and do all that, but yeah, it's a very strong pick in the meta right now. Like a lot of comps just have too many dashes, and in a peel back comp like we have, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Also, another thing here, Oman finally having a strong showcasing in the mid lane. Had a pretty rough week 1 here from him. So how does it feel to finally have him kind of step in and really showcase his ability to really find these late game squishy targets?
I think we were just honestly too nervous, every single one of us. We were kind of just choking. Like our scrims looked completely different from the first 2 games that we played. So we had a talk with the team and with the coaches and stuff, and we just realized that we need to just get some balls and just play, you know. So yeah, we just played like we play in scrims, and you see the result. So if we keep doing that, we are good to go.
Awesome. Another final note here. You guys have another match tomorrow, obviously. We played 2 weeks. We played 2 games a week in the NLC. Are we going to see that 2-0 week from you to equal out your score?
Yeah, I promise.
You promise a 2-0 week? Yep. Okay, so that I'm glad to hear that. I will let you go for now. Yet again, congratulations, and get ready for tomorrow.
Thanks.
2-0 Nord this week. That's the call here. Middlecut, what are we saying?
I mean, I can definitely see it happening, right? Particularly considering that they're playing against Fourth Wall tomorrow, and Fourth Wall didn't really look the best in their game today, and nor just seemed to be going from strength to strength.
I mean, if Oman and Seneca play like that tomorrow, then they could definitely get a 2-0, right? This was their toughest opponent, and they have beaten their toughest opponent, at least until we see natives for sure scale up on a consistent basis, right? So yeah, this is now officially a team that isn't just like clearly middle of the pack to make out to be one of the standout best in the league. Obviously, you're saying that 3 days in, so, you know, slight overreaction potentially. This could just be a particularly bad game for Verdant. Gooby was definitely playing too far forward in a lot of scenarios. They didn't really seem to have a full understanding of their composition, so maybe Verdant just have simpler things to fix than Nord do. But still, they need to take this, they need to run with the momentum. We're almost definitely going to see them in playoffs if they keep doing this, and then we can really see how they match up with the best of the best.
Also, so speaking of matching the best of the best here, Oman in the mid lane finally getting to showcase his ability.
Está del todo bien y sobre todo que está por la zona superior del mapa, pero tenía visión, porque había un ward si no me equivoco, por parte de
Que no he
Marquez.
visto cómo ha entrado, pero igual ha podido saltar el muro al arbusto directamente y no lo ha visto el guard, no sé cómo ha sido.
Yo diría que es más buena Fer de Antonio, ¿no? Que primero lo ha desplazado, luego el knockup le ha incomodado bastante. Y es que en general está haciendo un arranque de temporada, yo creo, Antonio, espectacular.
No.
Tiene ganas de volver, ¿eh?
Hay que decirlo, a mi parecer, Antonio está mejorando bastante lo que hizo Scarfish en el split pasado.
Sí. No, incluso lo que hizo el propio Antonio, creo yo, en su propio split, en el último split de SuperLiga.
Puede ser. Está jugando bastante bien en Pelucas. Que, bueno, ya no lo dejo. Es que tenía ganas de volver y se está notando.
También es que se despidió un poco de manera agridulce, ¿no? Con una Iberian Cup en la que se hablaba de que el equipo de Giants no se encontraba del todo bien. Y en la Iberian Cup también sabemos que por formato, como no es una liga, si caes eliminado, estás fuera, no los pudimos ver demasiado a Giants. Y se despidió un poco por la puerta de atrás, me da esa sensación.
Sí, se merecía, ¿no? Quizá tener otra oportunidad y la está teniendo. ¿Y de qué manera, no? En esta temporada, buscando la 4ª victoria en este arranque de competición. Bueno, arranque ya como aquel que dice, ¿no? Porque dentro de nada llegamos al Ecuador.
¿Qué ganas tengo de las Super Weeks?
Es que falta nada.
Voy a meter eso, más jornadas, más rápido.
Sí, más
Es que
jornadas.
estamos en ese punto donde aún podemos decir que acabamos de empezar, pero en verdad está bastante avanzado, pero no lo suficiente como para que sea de verdad interesante, ¿no? Tengo ganas ya de que llegue DreamHack, tengo ganas de hacer especulaciones de cara a playoff, de ver qué pasa, de pensar en el defenso.
Sí que es cierto que yo creo que el momento de la primera vuelta primero está bien para ser un poco el vale, ya hemos hecho la primera vuelta, cómo va a quedar más o menos la cosa, ya la gente puede medio intuir. Y luego encima arrancamos la segunda, bueno, la segunda vuelta precisamente, casi con la DreamHack. Arranca una semana antes, pero luego en DreamHack tenemos esa jornada número 3 y 4.
Claro, la semana que viene acaba la primera vuelta. Dentro de nada, después estaremos en DreamHack y cuando volvamos de DreamHack, cuando te quieras dar cuenta, se acabó la temporada.
Ya está. Sí. No, es increíble, ¿eh? Y
eso es lo bueno también de esa jornada presencial, yo creo.
Hombre, claro, sí, yo creo que sí. Es que en DreamHack, de hecho, se puede decidir mucha parte de los playoffs.
Mucha, porque…
Que son 2 jornadas, parece que no, pero el presencial sabemos que afecta o muy bien a unos equipos o muy mal a otros, ¿eh?
Son 2 jornadas seguidas. Hay que tener en cuenta que esa semana también se jugará SuperLiga el martes, es decir, es Super Week. Hay 3 partidos esa misma semana, más el desplazamiento del público. Y ojo abajo, Atila con la definitiva. Supa que se quiere encargar con los 2 integrantes de la botlane de Giant y tiene las armas correctas para hacerlo. Se ha gastado el fantasmal, tiene también el desafío disponible, pero Atila le sigue castigando y le obliga a abandonar la zona. Mientras tanto, Isma va a buscar aquí el heraldo de la grieta, sabiendo que Supa más o menos se ha mantenido estable en el 1 contra 2. Rota Álvaro desde la botlane, pero Giants quiere pelear el heraldo.
Vamos a ver qué pasa aquí, porque el heraldo está poco a poco bajando. Isma, que lo quería, y también Giants, que dice no, esto me lo quiero quedar yo. Álvaro, que aparece también en el río superior para intentar echar un cable a sus compañeros. Rota Witten y también Atira, efectivamente, como dice Champi, pero no mañana llegará a tiempo. El heraldo que se muere, se lo ha quedado Isma. Antonio, que evita que Isma pueda salir. El combo de Talilla ha sido bueno. Dios de mi vida, el daño que le acaba de caer y ha acabado muriendo. Álvaro, que tiene que flashear. Frescovic, que parece que va a poder escaparse, pero Álvaro se muere. Es una doble kill para Antonio, que se pone por delante.
Qué barbaridad, qué bien ha jugado el Pelucas y qué bien también lo había hecho al priori Álvaro, ¿no? Para poder cazar a DK, que no apoyó ni flashear ni tirar el stun en ningún instante, porque la KNCC era perfecta sobre el mid lane francés, pero la jugada le sale muy bien al equipo de Giants. Eso sí, recordamos, el heraldo de Takis que se marcha para el equipo madrileño, se lo ha hecho el conjunto de Movistar Riders. Y es quizás lo mejor que le ha podido salir en la jugada, aunque a pesar de todo ya estamos viendo esa diferencia de 2 kills en el marcador. Está muy igualado todo y sobre todo es gracias a esa diferencia que veíamos de farming. Pero vamos a ver aquí la repetición sobre todo de la jugada. Como Antonio espera. Aquí Álvaro dice, vale, yo me encargo de DK, vosotros pillad el heraldo y salid. En este momento dice todo el mundo, hemos quedado… Bueno, espera, te lo corto, porque de nuevo Álvaro está con DK. El problema es que ahora sí que está un poquito más expuesto. Es un 3 para 3. El knockup que llegaba por parte de Talilla. Serse, que se comentó del daño. Pero como comentaba, muy buena KNCC por parte del equipo de MLZ.
Ojo, Antonio metiendo ahora debajo de la torre. Marky, que está tanqueando, no tiene mucho mana Antonio, pero sí destello y no cuenta con la definitiva Marky, que se gira, que se encara, que le baja la velocidad de ataque también al top laner de Giants para que no pueda continuar con la ofensiva. Y como bien decía Mellado, esa pelea ha sido súper favorable a los gigantes. Pero yo creo que si no es por la cazada de Álvaro sobre DK, aunque se ha sacrificado y es cierto que ha muerto en la jugada, Ani estaba preparada para romper esa pelea con Tibers.
Sí, ha sido favorable a los gigantes, pero cuidado porque Supa se ha quedado 2 placas en bote. En solitario.
No, de hecho, la diferencia del marcador de oro no existe.
Cuidado.
O sea, se ha puesto 3-1 ya y ha sido una buena teamfight, pero Riders ha llevado el heraldo y Supa ha sacado placas. Por lo tanto, Riders yo creo que sí que va a conseguir canalizar oro en Aphelios, mientras que el que está fedeado en Giants es Antonio.
Sí. Hemos visto, ¿no?, lo que puede hacer un casante fedeado.
Sí, y lo que puede hacer un Aphelios fedeado.
También, es verdad. Vamos a ver quién puede tirar más suerte del carro y quién está mejor acompañado también, ¿no?, para que pueda brillar. Vamos a verlo. El siguiente dragón que aparece en 15 segundos y lo estaba pingueando Movistar desde hace apenas unos segundos. De hecho, vemos a Isma llegar a la zona, acompañado por parte de Álvaro. Hay que empujar primero la calle central, la parte de abajo también. Isma que se ha colado, si no me equivoco, en el arbusto donde no tiene visión el conjunto de Giants, así que quizá quiere sacar, ¿no? Jugada primero en botlane.
Y Álvaro encima tiene carga de profundidad, así que podría ser bastante sencillo buscar una cazada sobre Whiting sobre Atila. De momento parece ser que Isma tiene otra idea y es sacar este segundo dragón consecutivo para el equipo madrileño. Y es que Xerxes se marcha hacia la zona super del mapa, por lo que va a ser totalmente gratuito a favor del equipo Movistar Raiders. Estamos viendo un duelo muy igualado. Ya decíamos que hay al partidazo por algo. Y de momento lo está demostrando, ¿no? 2 dragones para Movistar Raiders, ninguno para Giants. El Heraldo también, que es lo que va, recordemos, el equipo de Melzet. Y mientras tanto, por cierto, Santa Lucía nos trae un arma infernal.
Y va a haber Heraldo también aquí en la calle inferior. Hablábamos de que quiere Movistar Raiders seguir capitalizando a través de Aphelios y no está Xerxes para defender la torreta, ya que se encuentra en base. Llega el support de Giants también para echarle un cable a Atila cuando carga el Heraldo y deja la torre súper tocada, muy cerca de ser la primera de la partida en caer.
Sí.
Y con 4 placas en Aphelios, bueno, ha repartido 2.
No, pero esta última, a la primera ha sido en solitario de la que ha ido, ¿eh?
Exacto.
Se ha llevado una en solitario y la otra sí que la ha compartido.
3 en total, entonces, en solitario, ¿no?
Es una burrada.
Yo creo que si forzan un poquito más ahí tiran la torre incluso,
Es que no sabían dónde estaba Wukong.
Puede haber sido
Ya,
risky.
Nosotros sabemos que Wukong estaba en
Sí,
base.
Ya, sí, eso es
Pero,
verdad.
de hecho, Wukong ahora está rotando junto con Annie a la parte inferior del mapa, donde ya no hay nadie, así que entiendo que lo que van a hacer es colocar visión profunda en la jungla